Welcome back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with mind reader and mentalist extraordinaire, Jasveen Puri. And before the break, we told all of our viewers that I had an opportunity to draw a picture without Jasveen seeing it. It's been folded up, placed in an envelope, which I have signed and sealed. From there, it's been placed in another envelope, and then it's been sealed again, wrapped in tin foil, and then signed by Jasveen. So I don't know about you, but I'm very excited to see what happens next. Jasveen, over to you.
Okay, Bobby, the way I'm going to ask you to think of this image is, it's not going to be a regular way. I mean, you're not going to just think of the image by itself, because you see, when someone thinks of an object, they could be what I call an objective object or a subjective object.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, if I asked you right now to think of an apple, both of us are probably thinking of a big red juicy fruit, sometimes with a little green leaf popping out.
Mm-hmm.
But if I asked you to think of a car, you might possibly be thinking of a Ferrari, and I might be thinking of a BM. So there's something called a subjective image and an objective image. So that's why I'm going to try something here. If you can just think of how you drew this image. So for example, if you're thinking of a house, most people would draw a house with a square, and then they would go for a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can just place that object right down. And are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, and if you just place your arm over that.
On top of the...
Yep, on top of it.
Okay.
And just go back to the time you're actually thinking of this object, meaning when you were actually drawing it.
Okay.
So when I say go, you're going to start drawing it in your head.
Okay.
So for example, if you thought of the house, you would go for the square. Does it make sense? Yeah?
Yep.
So don't think of the whole image, but think of
how
it
I was
as you're drawing
the
it.
image.
Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yep.
And just go. Stop. Did you just think of a circle in your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, truly, yeah?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I did.
All right, we're off to a good start. And go. Stop. If I say straight line, does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda.
I'm blushing, I think.
Well, let's give this a shot. Go ahead and finish this up. Whatever this is that you drew. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm getting this right here. In fact, we're on live, so I cannot mess this up. In fact, here, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna keep this right here.
Okay.
Let's show the viewers what you drew.
Let's open it up.
Open it up slowly.
The moment of truth. I'm actually getting kind of scared. This type actually scares me a little bit. So.
Trust me, I'm 10 times.
And you're 10 times more scared? Okay. So as you can see, it's been sealed and double sealed. And do you have any jobs as assistants? I could probably help you out maybe.
Well, we can talk
Do
backstage.
this. Okay. So here's the envelope that I have signed with my signature. Hope you can all see that.
And if you
Time to open this. Okay.
And the picture's in there?
The picture's in here.
Okay, take it out.
My heart's beating.
I think it's a fairly small piece of paper I gave you.
Yes, it is.
Because if it's small, there's no way I can see it. Notice when you drew that, I was across the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, do you want me to show the viewers? Do you want me to show you?
Show the viewers, show me too. Let the camera see. Let them zoom in on that maybe.
Okay.
Open it up. Let the cameras, if the cameras can zoom in on that.
It's the same one I have.
Oh, it's a clock.
So you can't really, I don't know if you can see this at home.
If the cameras can actually zoom in on that.
It's an image of a clock there.
Yeah.
That's my amazing artistic skills where I've drawn a clock.
In fact, my artistic skills aren't too far away, because if you look at the camera, you'll see what I drew.
Oh my gosh.
I noticed you put a time on the clock.
And you've got the time right.
Do I have the right time?
You do.
Is it 12:25, something like that?
Approximately that. Wow. That's I'm speechless. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Sani, entertainment correspondent, is speechless right now. I don't know what to say. Shabash.
Thank you so much.
That's one thing to say, I think.
Well, if you have time, we can try something else.
Sure. I mean,
well, I'll ask you to bring some coins here. And I noticed you brought a couple of loonies and toonies. You're right-handed, I got that?
Yeah.
If you could just open your hand up and give this a real tight squeeze in your hand. And if you keep your arm straight up and just watch what happens right now, okay? Now here's the idea. I want you to stop thinking about what's happening around you. Forget about the camera, forget about the lights. Just think about the quarter in your hand, okay? And even viewers at home can try this. If they find a quarter, put the quarter in your hand and just think of only the quarter. You'll notice how difficult this actually is, because the moment you try to just think of one thing, thoughts keep seeping into your head, like what you might have for dinner or something like that. So flush that away and just focus on the quarter. And at this point, you should feel like your hand's getting a little warm. Do you feel that a little bit inside? A little bit warmer? How does it feel right now? Does it?
It's just feels like it's gonna explode.
If you feel that exploding feeling?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. You're pretty good at this. Bring the coin slowly down to your fingertips, the way I'm doing it like that, and just bring down to your fingertips and rub it back and forth as fast as you can. Don't drop it, just rub it back and forth with your fingertips.
With my fingertips.
With your fingertips.
Okay.
At this point, the coin should feel like a chocolate coin. It should feel like it's starting to get softer and melting. This might take some time, but keep rubbing it back and forth as fast as you can. You feel like it's starting to bump up or something like that. Keep rubbing it back and forth. Keep rubbing back and forth. Feel it all over. Does it feel like it's starting to get soft and melt in your hands? It feels right now?
Yeah.
You feel it right now?
Yes.
What's it feel like?
It feels like it's bending.
It feels like it's bending in your hand?
Yeah.
Viewers at home can try this too. Take a look at it. If it's bending, let's just take a look. Has it bent?
Oh my gosh.
Show it to the camera.
Oh wow.
I don't know if they can actually.
So this coin I got from my car. This is crazy.
And no, this is not even crazy because viewers at home can actually do this. See, let me tell you the reason why you were able to do this. Because the element of doubt was outside of your mind. You see, before I brought you into this, I never told you anything about it. So the possibility of this not occurring does not even happen in your mind. You know, back when I used to live in Singapore, there's this festival called Thaipusam Festival where these yogis, they stick these sterilized needles into their arms. And I happened to see a yogi, or the siddhis as they call it in India. He took a sterilized needle, he struck it straight in his bicep, and there was no blood coming out. It was just a little red dot. And then one of my friends, he tells him, well, that's a nice trick. What other tricks do you have? And at that moment, the yogi, his attention had shifted. His attention had shifted for a second because he became aware, and blood started gushing out. It sprayed out on our faces.
Wow.
You know, what had happened was his consciousness had shifted from his self to his self-image. You know, his ego was brought in. So whenever you separate yourself from the ego, you can let anything happen.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. That's the thing. That's the thing
So
to keep in mind. Anything's possible.
I mean, you're saying that our viewers at home could probably do this
if
as
they,
well.
If they go, take a spoon, take a coin, try this. If it works, give the station a call. Let the producer know. And I think you'll be surprised at how many calls or
because
this
is quite crazy.
I
just bent a coin in my hands without really.
I do this all over, everywhere, and this always seems to work. I mean, it's simple, but it works.
That's amazing. So,
yeah.
I mean, Jasveen, I know you're performing at all sorts of functions and events. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Most of my events are actually on my website, but let me see. If June 13th, it's a Saturday, I believe I will be at a Boa boat party. It's a boat cruise party. I'll be there at the after party too, which is at Hotel Boutique in downtown Toronto. And then again, that's on my website. And further up, I have charity events too. It's not all fun. Charity event that's on August 22nd, I believe. It's a Saturday too. It's the Rounders Race Gala event.
Okay.
It's an event benefiting the Bloorview Kids Rehab Hospital. It's going to be a great event of comedy, magic, and even there's a Texas Hold'em poker tournament going on, hosted by Poker.net. And
well, Jasveen, we're actually out of time.
If you go to my site, you'll see it.
Sure. I just want to thank you very much for being on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
And we'll be back right after this.